Some tools stand the test of time, just not always the battery-powered ones, which as of lately tend to get lost in the annual upgrades of battery platforms and motor improvements. But somehow, Dewalt's DCS331 has been on the market since 2012. And over 6 years later, Dewalt has finally released a long-awaited upgrade. The DCS334 Jigsaw has arrived, and now it's engineered for the updated XR batteries. It offers a lot of new upgrades over the 331. For many Dewalt fans who have been approaching year 7 on their original 20V max Jigsaw, the question now is, should I upgrade? To help answer that question, we gave the tools to Jason Brown of Chop Shop, a maker and craftsman of over 15 years, and we asked him to compare them. So this is your inside look at the Dewalt 20V max Jigsaw.
I'm Jason Brown. I'm with Chop Shop here in Westerville, Ohio. I've been a maker for the last 15 years, specializing in cabinet building and custom retail fixtures, design, and displays. My work has primarily been featured at our family business, Mezza Wine Shop in Uptown Westerville, Ohio. I do some commissioned work for clients as well. For the last couple weeks, I've been testing the Dewalt 331 and the new Brushless 334 Jigsaw. So initial thoughts around the Dewalt brand is primarily the balance of the tool itself. It's very lightweight. It's around 4.5 pounds for both the 331 and the 334. 334 runs a little bit smaller in terms of the size due to the brushless factor and a few of the different features. But primarily they run roughly the same. Obviously the brushless is going to be a little bit faster, a little bit more power, and I really enjoy the balance of the tool. It's not cumbersome. The previous Dewalt I had obviously is corded. When you're using a jigsaw and you're trying to maneuver around corners, you're trying to do orbital cuts, the cord gets in the way. Battery powered jigsaws make the most sense of just about any tool because of the range of motion that it frees you up to have. So the 331, this is a great saw. It is a brushed motor. It still has a great speed. The features here are very nice in terms of going from the straight cut to the orbital. One of the major differences between the 331 and the 334 is the bevel cut setup. There's no indicator anywhere that you're in the 0 position except for here, very small, it tells you you're at 0. When you slide the protector over, you have to pull from the front and it clicks into spots that allow you to be at that. But you can see the play that's there between the 45 and the 30. Now that play cleans up a lot, but to get to the 45, you're over this far. When you're at that 45, that blade, when it's in, will cut into the plate, and that plate needs to be removed for the 45 to work. There is no lock outside of this that the 45 has. So as you can see, you're here, and when you want to get back to 0, you have to slide it back, slide the tool back, I'll show you the back. It clicks, you lock, and you're back at the 0 position. This is a great saw. If this is your option between the two, you're still in great shape. So some of the features that I like about the 334 that kind of built on the platform of the 331, the variable speed knobs here at the top. The adjustments are here on the handle itself, and you can take it down to the lowest speed and you can hear the difference. Kind of reminds me of a sewing machine, and then it speeds up obviously, and then as you go you can get even. The great thing about that is that the trigger, you pull the same action in the trigger, and so that variability is really nice versus the old 331. The variability was in the trigger itself. The light, can't beat that. This is great for protecting the surface of the wood. What it's not great for is if you were to have this on and need to use a fence, this notch right here prevents it from running along a guide. You have to start your guide here versus it could get crooked on you like that. Take this piece off, and now you've got the ability to run along the fence smoothly. The other improvement is the locking mechanism for the blade, how to insert the blade. Let me just grab one here real quick. So it's a simple motion of pulling forward. You place the blade in and it locks. The great thing about this is the arrow indicators allow you to see where to put the blade, and a simple release allows the blade to fall out. So you can see here that we have this handle, a plastic knob, which is great for gripping, and a metal shaft here that slides over to the right. The tool then slides forward, and you can adjust the bevel to where you need it. And the bevel is indicated here along the backside in dark letters, and then you just simply slide this back in. The 334, when you're at the 45, you can keep this boot on and the blade won't hit the edge of the protected plate. On the 331, you have to remove this plate if you want a 45 without the blade cutting into it. So the nice feature here is you go this way, you slide it back, and then forward locks it into the 0 position, and you're back to a 90-degree cut. And that 45 can go both ways. And the nice thing too is it locks into that 45 as well through these notches that are here, which is a great feature that is not on the 331. The key to getting the most out of a jigsaw is choosing a good one to begin with. And Dewalt, to me, makes some of the best jigsaws on the market. I've always enjoyed this older model, but when it came to a cordless version, this 334, using the extended runtime battery, it really does shine above the 331. I really enjoyed the XR, and I think it's a great jigsaw to invest in.
Next, we headed back to Ohio Power Tool, where the resident gearhead and tool technician KRIS opened them up side by side to give us an inside look at the upgraded design in both 20V max Dewalt jigsaws.
All right, we're looking at the Dewalt DCS331, DCS334 20V jigsaws. The 331 being the older model that is a brush-driven motor. 334 is brushless technology. A lot of subtle changes they've made. Some subtle, some not so subtle. They've added an LED circuit to the 334 along with a variable speed. Moved some of the circuitry off of the terminal board up to the switch itself and to the back of the motor on the magnetic pickup. They've changed the foot locks. This one is definitely more compact. They've changed the shoe guard in the front and the blade release assembly. The older model has a variance for the dust blow, whereas the newer model is just set on one speed. Going from the 331 to the 334, they've picked up 200 more strokes per minute. They've gone from 5.4 pounds to 4.6, and also this unit is smaller and narrower. After having these open and seeing the qualitative measures, the way they do things and the way they lay it out, it's very intricate. They're definitely well built.
Well, that's going to wrap up this inside look at the Dewalt 20V max cordless jigsaws. Thanks again to Jason Brown at Chop Shop and to KRIS at Ohio Power Tool for the help on this one. Don't forget, if you're looking for a new power tool to add to your garage, go check out ohiopowertool.com. They've got the best jigsaws from top manufacturers, as well as jigsaw blades from Diablo, Lennox, and more. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please like and subscribe, and join us this Friday and every Friday for our Power Tool Week in Review. I'll see you then.